Right Honorable Speaker, to support nursing training, an amount of 144 million as nursing training allowance has been paid. Mr. Speaker, to strengthen grassroots governance, an amount of 93 million as assembly members allowance has been paid.
Mr. Speaker, this review is full of English with empty payment. The payment he said is done. He said they've done some payment. Why didn't he give us details? You paid your party members. You paid your party members. The monies have gone to your party members. And Mr. Speaker, the Nkukon Kitinkiti project has now become protein. You've already incurred losses of 9.6 billion. That is what the IMF told you. What we are experiencing in this country is persecution, persecution, persecution. For the first time, we are seeing political imprisonment. Wontumi is a political prisoner. Mr. Speaker, Camilla Al-Hassan, a young mother of 3, is also a political prisoner. You are threatening members of parliament with prosecution. Let me serve a warning to the Attorney General that the ravening clouds shall no longer be victorious. They shall not long possess the sky. Be careful. 2028, you'll be in opposition. 2028. If you are not careful, Mr. Speaker, if you don't stop now, you will go and meet Wontumi there, and Wontumi will be out, and you will go in.
You see, today, mid-year review, 2026 mid-year budget review was one to watch. And it's a one year behind. Don't worry, I'm here to give every scenario that happens there. The drama, you see, I'm going to give it to you. South African Media, thank you very much for choosing us, for joining us, for making us your number one YouTube channel. Now, when him budget, you're a case to force the finance minister. Now there was 1, 2, 3. You wouldn't wanted to miss, but that is why I'm here. I'm here to brief everything to you. One was and 10 to just say NDC phone beach. Just say honorable you see that thing. And now I know was one to watch. 2, now a women's development bank. People were still asking, especially the women were still asking, said, yeah, mami Jena no pokwa jiman. Who say your boss say? Women's development bank. What the paper? And no way. 3 was sir 24-hour economy and the now the last part, yeah, and only recently, the arrest of NPP members, especially Camilla and Wontumi, who has been jailed. Now and only now it was one to watch. And I mean him say when you time one now. Now the finance minister during the conversation time or reading the statement, we making komobia or just say or boy say it has been paid or boy or say oh don't worry I'm going to give it to you, it has been paid, this one has been paid. Now wakabiye gum na wakabiye ya no when him say minority leader Afemakin was also on the line watching and listening. Now member Afemakin they may say akobo ma crash of Parliament House, of which I'm going to give you the video. But before that, tie and someone or they say the Minister for Finance concerning the media budget review. Mr.
Speaker, and I'll bring you to the conclusion. Right Honorable Speaker, in recent times, a narrative has emerged suggesting that this government is not spending enough. Mr. Speaker, nothing can be further from the truth. Far from standing still, we have been steadily and responsibly deploying resources guided by the simple but firm principle that we can only spend only what we have, and we spend it wisely and with the future of our nation in view. Mr. Speaker, In the spirit of transparency and accountability, allow me to lay before this House a clear account of some of the expenditure we have made so far to support government programs across the sectors approved in the 2026 budget. Mr. Speaker, first, to compensate public sector workers, an amount of 48.8 billion Ghana cedis for compensation of employees has been paid, including 4 billion Ghana cedis as contribution to SNIT and 2 billion Ghana cedis as Tier 2 pension scheme. Mr. Speaker, to honor our debt obligation, an amount of 21.5 billion for interest has been paid. To honor our international debt obligation, an amount of $700 million for Eurobond debt service and interest have also been paid. To restore confidence on our financial systems, an amount of 10 billion Ghana cedis to domestic bondholders has been paid. Mr. Speaker, to deepen fiscal decentralization, an amount of 4.4 billion cedis to the District Assembly's Common Fund, representing the first 2 quarters of the year, has been paid. Mr. Speaker, to keep the National Health Insurance Scheme strong and vibrant, an amount of 4.5 billion Ghana cedis has been paid. To strengthen specialized health care, an amount of 1.1 billion Ghana cedis to Mahama cares has been paid. Right Honorable Speaker, to support quality and access education and accessible education, an amount of 4.2 billion Ghana cedis for the first 6 months of the year to the Ghana Education Trust Fund, GET Fund, has been paid. Right Honorable Speaker, to strengthen free secondary education program and ease the burden on families, and an amount of 1.8 billion cedis to the free secondary education program has been paid. Right Honorable Speaker, to improve road maintenance, an amount of 1.7 billion Ghana cedis to the Road Maintenance Trust Fund has been paid. Mr. Speaker, to support job creation for young people, an amount of 459 million Ghana cedis to the Youth Employment Agency has been paid. Mr. Speaker, again to support petroleum sector, an amount of 961 million Ghana cedis to the Ghana National Petroleum Corporation, GNPC, has been paid. Mr. Speaker, to promote development in mining communities and mining institutions, an amount of 458 million to the Mineral Development Fund has been paid. Mr. Speaker, to keep the light on across the country, an amount of 7.1 billion Ghana cedis to the energy sector for stable power supply has been paid. Mr. Speaker, to clear legacy arrests, to clear your arrest, Mr. Speaker, an amount of 5.3 billion Ghana cedis has been paid to, Mr. Speaker, to give remaining to free compulsory basic education, an amount of 76 million Ghana cedis as capitation grant has been paid. Mr. Speaker, to support the most vulnerable in our society, an amount of 485 million Ghana cedis to LEAP beneficiaries has been paid. Mr. Speaker, to provide nutritious meal and keep our children in school, an amount of 877 million to the Ghana School Feeding Program has been paid. Mr. Speaker, to ease the burden on families, an amount of 46 million for BEC registration has been paid. Mr. Speaker, to remove financial barriers to tertiary education, an amount of 537 million for the no-fee stress policy has been paid. Right Honorable Speaker, to support teachers, the teacher trainees, an amount of 104 million as teacher training allowance has been paid. Right Honorable Speaker, to support nursing training, an amount of 144 million as nursing training allowance has been paid. Mr. Speaker, to strengthen grassroots governance, an amount of 93 million as assembly members allowance has been paid. Mr. Speaker, to promote skills development and entrepreneur, an amount of 45 million for the National Apprenticeship Program has been paid. Mr. Speaker, to support Ghana's participation in the 2026 FIFA World Cup, an amount of 58 million has been paid. Mr. Speaker, to support environmental sustainability, an amount of 477.4 million to ARICOPS has been paid. Mr. Speaker, in fulfillment of our campaign promise, an amount of 1.1 billion Ghana cedis to the Ministry of Food and Agriculture for flagship programs, including food buffer stock, fertilizers, certified seed distribution, Feed Ghana, irrigation infrastructure has been paid. Right Honorable Speaker, to modernize agriculture through the establishment of the Farmer Service Center, an amount of 551 million into an escrow account for the establishment of a letter of credit has been paid. Right Honorable Speaker, to support infrastructure development, an amount of 11.5 billion Ghana cedis as capital expenditure has been paid. Mr. Speaker, to improve road infrastructure, an amount of 6.5 billion Ghana cedis for the Big Push infrastructure program has been paid. Mr. Speaker, to support education delivery, an amount of 915 million for goods and services under the Ministry of Education, including sanitary pads, has been paid. Mr. Speaker, to ensure smooth and effective functioning of government, an amount of 7.9 billion Ghana cedis for goods and services have been paid. Right Honorable Speaker, to protect our rivers, forest reserves and agricultural lands against the Galamsey menace, an amount of 16 million to the National Anti-Illegal Mining Operations Secretariat, NIMOS, has been paid.
What do you come away has been paid? What boy has been paid? No, what the big name has been paid. No, what the big name has been paid. Now, me, there were boy, me man, ye, Women's Development Bank, getting to 2 years. Enyante hohwe ma me fonso wodwam edwen se saade we beba na nkoma kwaje kakre bi loan bi naka ide omode ashom business, but yes, still it is not coming. And secondly was 24-hour economy. In fact, so wo pe project ba ko and the NDC ya fail omo, it is a 24-hour economy. And mind you, say nkokon kitten has been already edi honorable nkokon de yedi o. Oh, Pato, Yera Eric Opoku Nebekai. Also, no cry, Drew baby, no, the people of Ghana, especially the NDCs, were telling him, Honorable Nkokwane de you. So the Nkokwane policy has failed, and they know it themselves. But when it comes to the 24-hour economy, it shouldn't have been gotten to any say a bit discussing 24-hour economy, because it was the biggest policy under NDC in the 2024 election. I don't know how many I can guess, and I can boldly say that I don't know how many but the 24-hour economy. And tonight no so komo ebepa now has been paid is still way. And I because Debbie komo minority leader sorry and komo en some obekan. Na eno na minority leader so no say hwe en komo amodi wo hei ayese be e krata pen ne krata so komo enya komo e wo say modi be dada Ghana for the Ghana for any ate. What Ghanaians are most interested about cocoa for no matiti cocoa so di sika no eno mo hwana mo solve. Secondly was the 24-hour economy. No wo be wie no and was say Chairman Wontumi no amache na tum no. Camilla Mohammed no amache o matum no. Se mo anye na mo anyi o mo mfrim. Aban ebesesan. Na sa aban sesan mo bekom na Wontumi aba. Listen to him. Tie na me mani mre ne de wodi tie no no betie ni bretie.
Mr. Speaker, the finance minister has just told this house that the true character of a finance minister is not determined by how much he spends. Such a statement must cause palpitation among ministers of state. Mr. Speaker, basically what he is telling all ministers that he is not going to spend, he is not going to release funds to you. Mr. Speaker, already you are suffering and you've been redundant in your various ministries. His deputy minister told the nation that 1.6 billion was released to the Greek minister. Today, he says only 1.1 billion. You see, the true measure of a finance minister is not how much he spends. Mr. Speaker, throughout his review, there was no policy announcement for the cocoa sector. The 4 million farmers, the 4 million cocoa farmers are suffering. This finance minister, since he took over as a supervising minister responsible for cocoa, we have seen suffering and wailing, and he comes here to lament. Mr. Speaker, he talks about determining the true cost of economic policy. The true cost. He's talking about having met some debt. What he has forgotten, that he refused good counsel from the minority. When Gold Board and Bank of Ghana charges on the gold for reserve policy was at 15%, we cautioned. He didn't listen. Later, IMS forced them to reduce it to 9%. 3 days ago, the governor announced that he was no more going to participate in this gold for reserve. It's too late in the day. You've already incurred losses of 9.6 billion. That is what the IMF told you. And you come here, you're saying prudent management of the economy. Really? Mr. Speaker, this review is full of English with empty payment. The payment he said is done. He said they've done some payment. Why didn't he give us details? You paid your party members. You paid your party members. The monies have gone to your party members. And Mr. Speaker, the Nkukon Kitinkiti project has now become protein.
Our members, I insist we listen to each other in silence.
The Nkukon Kitinkiti has become protein for your party executives. They are all cooking akukon kwai. It is now akukon kwai. Mr. Speaker, I want the finance minister to walk the talk. If you come here and you say 24-hour market, 24-hour market at 42 million cities, and you've abandoned the agenda 111. The hospitals, that should be your priority. You are not constructing the hospitals. Then you are spending a whooping sum of 42 million, and you say you've released 80% to the assemblies. Mr. Speaker, meanwhile, you are using the assemblies their own allocation to pay for the 24-hour economy. When there are no hospitals, how do you say you are constructing markets? Mr. Speaker, this review is uninspiring. There is no inspiration. What we are experiencing in this country is persecution, persecution, persecution. For the first time, we are seeing political imprisonment. Wontumi is a political prisoner. Mr. Speaker, Camilla Al-Hassan, a young mother of 3, is also a political prisoner, telling you how intolerant you are, and you are here telling us you are running an economy. You want this to be a one-sided parliament. When people criticize you, you threaten them. A lot of my MPs here have been threatened. You are threatening members of parliament with prosecution. Let me serve a warning to the Attorney General that the ravening clouds shall no longer be victorious. They shall not long possess the sky. Be careful. 2028, you'll be in opposition. 2028. If you are not careful, Mr. Speaker, if you don't stop now, you will go and meet Wontumi there, and Wontumi will be out, and you will go in. So I'm advising you, let us all be measured. We welcome the reforms by the finance minister, and for the first time, he did something patriotic by acknowledging the digitalization reforms we introduced in government payment. Today he has acknowledged it. Mr. Speaker, we commend you for acknowledging MPP. We commend you, but you can do better. Tell your government to free all political prisoners. Dr. Atu Forsen, tell your government to free all political prisoners. Wontumi deserve justice. Camilla deserve justice. The MPs behind me that you have lined them up for persecution. Listen, you can decide to imprison every MP. It will not shut us down. We will criticize you. We will hold your feet to account, and we'll make sure you account for every city you spend. But you know what? The good news is that you are on your way to opposition. You are on your way to opposition. So you should begin thinking. You should begin thinking deep, because the Insawam cells, Insawam prison will not be locked up. It will open widely for you. It will swallow many of you. From what we are seeing in public procurement, your situation will be worse. So be careful, those of you who are comfortable. And finally, you claim you want a third term. Third term. You are not performing. You said third term. Atu Forsen, you are here presenting a budget, and beneath it is a third term agenda where you are going to spend money for people to be calling for third term. We are watching you with eagle eyes. Third term, focus on 24-hour economy. You promise one job, 3 shifts. You promise industrialization. Ghanaian businesses have lost confidence in you. You cancelled the 1D, 1F, which was creating opportunity for the private sector. In its place, no policy alternative. Electricity tariffs have gone up over almost 30%. Then you get up, you say you are promoting 24-hour economy. You have sacked public sector workers. Many of the Ghanaian youth lost their jobs. You sacked them. Today you are here. Instead of promising to restore them into their rightful places in the job market, you are not doing so. Then you come, you say we should praise you. Who is going to praise you? If you don't pay and you are holding the money, and then you are there tightening belt and only paying your party members, then we should praise you. We are not interested in the books. We are interested in the economy in our pockets. People are suffering, Mr. Speaker. People need jobs. Your youth, even your MPs, they are praising you here. A lot of them are hungry. Your backbenchers, they can't go back home. Your backbenchers, and you hear you say we should praise you. We will not praise you. It is the same old story. Asem Dadana, Mrs. Sai, again. Asem Dadana, Mr. Speaker, I rest my case.
We end this in a common dino. Don't take it as a joke. And for the neighbor. So we end this same pino without more Ramia. For the neighbor, because Sir, when you tell my own to me, Kuranwa, me and a pen may catch you, say. Even say NDC, you tell my own to me, Kuranwa. NDC can never serve this country, can never lead this country for 20 years. No. Who the Omon serving for the next 2 terms, of which it is not going to be possible, but what the Omon serving for the next 2 terms? Omon serving for the next 2 terms. It is going to be 8 years. Okay, 8 years. 8 years NPP mbra NPP be case ni fro presidential pardon ebe ka Wontumi na ka Wontumi a he wo ye NDC na me se fa wonsa ku uti o na nkomo na papa ni di no enye ordinary nkomo emfa ne normal o emfa san nkomo ya wodi normal osemo de omo njai wo mo na mo nkoso njeli of which in him say it's a political arrest. We go only been on my first video me dem on. I was a little bit late, but mon fan me. And been on first video me dem on. Jailing Camilla for 1 year and releasing NDC abranti okasa ba omi eku pay. Everything shows that they are political. Jailing Chama Wontumi, who has not been a galamseya, but rather the conversation is upside down. Say, jailing him and leaving Omo Maka. Yeah, President Nankasa would ni momo. And also another story for another day. And then I feel like you but more to but more my any figure be as you and ya danko dada adri. Na mo fanse mutrim say power ebesesa na sa power sesa. That is where you're going to understand this. That is where you're going to believe it. And in fact, it is not a joke. The Yawon and say NDC, they would never go scot-free. And it's a way NDC and then that's a wood tears Smart Africa media. But I so would deep one especially when it comes to the Galamsey. Chama to me can't no. Or hini a bear jay. Because on him and they answer no yen sooner say no and people for most of them is some of site because sa by way chiwa unconsider wo be them and at this time no most of them no are doing the galamsey yeah omo yen this for most of them who are doing the galamsey omo yen this for but the yen bintin ye hu is way and now bentin and away. But me so de my yanti baako na won ma ne camping din we yembe show say me hu say this man Joseph Yamin yabo ne dia ababo no ankasa trese no a de letter akoma yoko say yoko investigate ni ade won ti ase ahoma ne say nso wo mu a wo kasa nko ai o enso wo mu a o kasa different but say chiwa mo de ma muntie nkomo na ekoso parliament no take it as a joke ai and this for mo fa de sagro. And me catch say that this wasn't the plan. Arresting Wontumi, jailing Wontumi wasn't the plan, and they a backfire because they thought say okay, you catch the Ghana was we're going to arrest them. You arrest them, we are Ghanaians are going to be proud. Say you can yeah somebody this one. But I tell you, it is a Ghana fortress. What Wontumi there, and they want to and this forum also yana presidents who arrest them to highest Smart Africa media. Kindly subscribe to our YouTube channel, like and sign, share my for one more chichi and bench. They are course for parliament and I'm dear Bruno. Meeting and no my boy Asante Goodie, Smart Africa Media soon. Subscribe, like and sign, share my for macro.